Good morning and welcome back. Continuing our coverage of Hurricane Matthew now. This is a monstrous storm. You see it here spinning as it moves through the Bahamas right now. Still a Category 3 hurricane as of that 2 a.m. update. Winds at 115 miles per hour. I want to give you a little bit of a different view so you can see the real extensiveness of this storm. So we've seen the bands extending out hundreds of miles from the center of this storm, and you see it here. Look at this view as we can see the cloud tops really just intensifying and growing as it moves through the Bahamas. Tons of warm water, not a lot of land as it moves through the Bahamas this morning, and that is why we are expecting it to strengthen. I want to show you something here. So this is the wind layer. That's what you're seeing in these colorful particles. You see the characteristic center of circulation there around the center right there in Matthew. And you can also see these bands extending out from Matthew. These are going to be affecting us as we head throughout the day today. You're going to start to notice our winds picking up, especially as Matthew approaches, and you're going to have these waves of heavy rain that are going to move through. I was driving in this morning about an hour ago, and it's really not that windy out there. I drive a smaller car, so it's not like I was in a big top heavy vehicle, and it was already blowing my car on 95 a little bit. So conditions are only going to get worse as we head through the next several hours and of course into tonight. Let's take a closer look at our area. You can see we're already starting to get some rain moving in. So some pockets of rain early this morning, but that's just going to continue to pick up in coverage as we head through the day today, especially tonight as Matthew approaches. So let's take a look at the 2 a.m. update, the 2 a.m. track. I'll break it down for you step by step here. Of course, winds still at 115 miles per hour, Category 3 hurricane, still continuing to move through the Bahamas as a Category 3. It's the current forecast through 8 a.m. this morning. Winds at 120 miles per hour. Gonna continue moving northwest until it's knocking on our door later today. By this afternoon, you're certainly going to notice our winds are picking up, and by this evening and into tonight, we are expecting hurricane conditions, tropical storm force conditions a little earlier. At 8 p.m. tonight, just off our coast, winds at 130 miles per hour. Category 4 hurricane. That is a major hurricane. Going to continue along the Florida coast overnight tonight and into early Friday. Still is a Category 4 hurricane, getting incredibly close to the coast along the Treasure Coast. You see it here very close, the official forecast to Vero Beach, and the models are in pretty good agreement with this. We're not expecting a ton of shift, but of course, as you can see, even the tiniest little shift to the west would have this as a landfalling hurricane. If not in our area, then very near our area, just a bit north by early Friday morning. Winds still at 130 miles per hour as it is a Category 4 hurricane moving up along the Florida coast. This is a storm that's going to track all along our coast, which means huge implications for the entire state. By Friday at 8 p.m., it's up around Jacksonville, forecast to weaken just a bit to a Category 3 hurricane, continuing along the east coast before weakening to a Category 2 hurricane just off the coast of the Carolinas as we head into the weekend. Some of the computer models are wanting to wrap it back around. I'm sure maybe some of you have seen this or have heard people talking about it wrapping back around and nearing Florida once again next week. I'd say let's get through these next few days before we start really worrying about that, and that would still be several days away, obviously. So let's get through this first round of Matthew before we start worrying about that wraparound. Strong winds. Let's talk a little bit about what this could mean. So when we're starting to see tropical storm force winds, that is 39 to 74 miles per hour. So you see it here right around 40 to 75. You're starting to see tree limbs down. Of course, if those are large limbs, that could cause some damage. That could, of course, take out some power occasionally. 75 to 90 miles per hour. This is when we're starting to see those hurricane force winds. Power lines are going to start to be down a little bit more. Power poles could possibly be down. Of course, as we know, that has a big impact on our lives when you get those power poles down, because it takes a little bit longer to fix that. You've got live power lines around when you start to see things like that. So that's when we really start to see those impacts increasing. By 90 to 110 miles per hour, we're looking at roof damage for the area and trees down. I grew up in Central Florida. I lived in Central Florida in 2005, I think it was, when we had 3 hurricanes cross our paths, tons of roof damage across that area, and it took a really long time to really recover that for my city. So this is something I know about personally, and this is something that we'll be keeping you updated on because we have all been here and done that. Now, heading into the stronger winds, you can see here 110 to 130 miles per hour. The forecast is as a Category 4 off the coast with 130-mile-per-hour winds. This is why we want to keep you